Let's take a look at the market for the Audi RS5 Sportback, specifically up to $50,000 and 40,000 miles. This is going to be pretty tough. For those that don't know, I'm Craig, and my brother and I built this site because we just got frustrated with how the other sites are set up. When I'm looking at the market for the RS5 in this case, I'm focused on availability, market velocity, and the comps. So let's get this dialed in. So up to 52,000 just to give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room, and then mileage up to 40,000, and I'll dial out the outliers here. And we're left with 17 active listings. And when I see the difference here between 2019 and 2021, this is where I often go, okay, these are probably salvage titles or lemons or whatever, and it tells in the average days for sale when we look at velocity. So let's take a look at velocity. A month ago versus a week ago versus today. Look what happened in the last week. 39 days on average, 19 on average. These things are really starting to move off of lots, so be mindful of that. Next, let's take a look at the comps, just specifically the 2019s, because look at where they're hanging out. 48, 50 grand. And I always ask myself the question of like, okay, sure, this is what dealers are asking for, but what's actually moving? Let's look more at these comps. So let's go to sold listings. 7 sold, right? Look at where they're actually selling. 48K, 46K, maybe up to this line. So here's where I would focus on, right? The difference between what dealers are asking and then what units are actually moving. I would try to target somewhere around 46 to 48 grand between those around like 30 and maybe 35,000 miles. That would be where I would start. But because there's so few comps to work with here of what's actually still on market, you're going to have to call every single one of these dealers and use your buying power to see how aggressive they get on price. But that's where I would start. Thanks so much for the comment. I hope this helps.